yet.
No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Alvarez reacts to Terence Crawford's knockouts with respect, acknowledging his impressive performance against Errol Spence. He admits Crawford made the win look surprisingly easy, but also questions Crawford's resume, pointing out that Spence is the only truly elite name he has beaten. Looking ahead, Canelo confidently reminds fans that everything will be settled when they finally share the ring.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing.
Showing self-assurance, Canelo hints that he already understands Crawford's techniques and style. With a confident smile, he even adds that Turkey Alalshik, who will be standing in Crawford's corner, will be very upset on fight night, adding a personal layer of intensity to the showdown.
Now you're gonna be able to do it by the come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
Look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's decision to bring in Jaron Boots Ennis as a sparring partner is being praised as a highly strategic move. Analyst Johnny Ortiz explains that Ennis is the closest match to Terence Crawford's body type and fighting style, giving Canelo the perfect preparation tool. By sparring with Ennis, Canelo studies Crawford's rhythm, timing, and movement in real time while sharpening his own defense and counters. At the same time, Ennis gains invaluable experience training with a seasoned champion, making the partnership mutually beneficial.
Makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent. I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy, it gave him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? And in reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the Bud Clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots, when you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Jose Benavidez Sr. also stresses the importance of this move. He highlights that Ennis mirrors Crawford in several ways: physique, movement, and fighting approach, making him the ideal sparring partner. Benavidez adds that Crawford's naturally smaller size compared to Canelo could play a key role in the fight, and training with someone physically strong and stylistically similar helps Canelo believe he already holds the advantage before the first bell.
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good, and this is a really good fighter, and I think that would be a good motivation, you know, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford. But in my opinion, I think if Crawford can maybe just tap, get out, tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's going to make a mistake and he's going to get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, you know. But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, you know. Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay, fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing him in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
You know, it's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough of confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or, I mean, it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp, you know. So, but at the end of the day, they know what they're doing, you know, and we got to respect that. And I think
beyond the ring, the global demand for boxing has entered a new era, with streaming services driving massive viewership numbers. The Netflix showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson reached an incredible 65 million viewers worldwide, breaking records. Now, the upcoming clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford carries the potential to surpass that milestone. This isn't just another fight, it's a global sporting event that could redefine boxing history.
Like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. You know, he was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
On his end, Terence Crawford has never been one to shy away from challenges. In preparing for Canelo, he admits that bigger opponents bring unique difficulties, but insists there are effective strategies to neutralize size and strength. His key approach is to push larger fighters backward, forcing them out of their comfort zone and disrupting their natural rhythm of controlling the pace.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know. Yeah. Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's two ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.
Despite the rivalry, Crawford has shown respect for Canelo Alvarez's place in boxing history. He openly acknowledges Canelo as one of the last representatives of a golden era, a fighter who shared the ring with legends. For Crawford, this fight is not only about belts or records, but about testing himself against someone who has carried the torch of boxing greatness. By framing the fight this way, Crawford adds depth and legacy to the storyline, making the bout even more meaningful.
He does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back, and he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather to stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo.
Sean Porter brings a different perspective, suggesting that Canelo will not bring anything Crawford hasn't already seen before. According to Porter, Crawford has faced it all: speedsters, heavy punchers, slick counterpunchers, and even bigger opponents. What makes Crawford unique, in his view, is his adaptability. No matter the style, Crawford finds a way to adjust and overcome. Porter's opinion adds balance to the debate, reminding fans that Crawford's versatility could neutralize the size and power advantage of Canelo.
Well, listen, I call Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. You know, so this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
Antonio Tarver frames the fight in terms of danger, stressing that Canelo only needs one clean punch to change everything. Tarver acknowledges that Crawford might be the more active and technically gifted fighter, but warns that Alvarez's power is the ultimate equalizer. Having been around the sport for decades, Tarver knows that one mistake against a puncher like Canelo can end the fight instantly. His cautionary words remind fans that Crawford must remain flawless in execution every second, every round.
Get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize, like, he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly. He's done that.
Trainer Andre Rozier highlights the significance of Canelo's decision to spar with Jaron Ennis. For Rozier, this move proves Canelo is not taking Crawford lightly. By bringing in such a high-level fighter, Canelo is showing respect for Crawford's skill set while ensuring he's tested in camp the same way he'll be tested on fight night. Rozier believes this kind of preparation is why Canelo has remained at the top for so long, his willingness to adapt, prepare, and push himself. Fans see this as reassurance that both men are leaving nothing to chance, setting the stage for a battle at the highest level.
And Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming It's the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is going to guarantee victory, he got to stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He got to stop him, bro.
Yeah, challenge.
So that's going to be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up, boy, Saul show up, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, Mike Perry admires Crawford's talent, but ultimately sides with Canelo, citing the unstoppable force of Mexican power. Perry emphasizes the cultural pride and national identity that Canelo carries into the ring, representing the hopes of an entire country. At the same time, Perry lightens the mood by joking about Crawford's interactions with Turki Alalshik, showing how even small moments outside the ring become part of the bigger story.
Ball to get ready for Crawford.
I would think it would be because he's ambidextrous, as is Crawford, so it can do nothing but help him. And he has Yolanda Hernandez also helping, another fighter who is ambidextrous, so it helps. And we just want to see him do what he has to do, because this is a great fight.
Who were you initially taking? Is it Crawford, or who were you initially taking?
I think I'm always under the direction of the bigger, better man. And Canelo's the bigger guy in this fight. And Crawford is my guy. It's just 2 weight classes and everything else. It's going to be tough. But if anybody can bring some energy to this, it'll be Crawford.
Does Canelo bringing Boots into camp, does that lower Crawford's chances to you?
Well, it doesn't help. I'll tell you that much. It's a very, very astute move to bring someone who switches from lefty to righty. Big, strong young man, very fast, capable punching power. It's going to be a help. It'll be a help for him.
Not all experts agree that sparring with Jaron Ennis perfectly prepares Canelo for Crawford. Some argue that Crawford's unique blend of skills simply cannot be replicated. They point out that Crawford's own camp is filled with elite minds and diverse sparring partners, giving him a preparation style based on versatility rather than imitation. While Canelo sharpens himself against someone similar, Crawford equips himself with strategies from multiple brilliant sources. This clash of preparation philosophies highlights the deeper layers of the fight. It's not just physical, but also a battle of ideas, strategies, and environments shaping both champions.
Jaron Boots Ennis don't talk about nobody. He stayed on himself. He stayed in Philly. Yeah, we as supporters and them people as fans, I'm nobody's fan, feel that he may have ducked Virgil Ortiz or Virgil Ortiz ducked him. But hey, man, Jaron Boots Ennis don't even give off that type of energy to be out there and to be out there wilding. The man trying to fight Canelo. What's wrong with him getting work with Canelo, bro? That's priceless work. That is sparring. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Andre Ward. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Shakur Stevenson. Terence Bud Crawford, the man got Lester Martinez. The man got mad people up there in camp, bro. Mad people in camp. Let that man Canelo get his sparring partners. Y'all got to be up over there scared. Y'all got to be up over there musty. To culture by wearing a Gucci belt. He sold out to culture by wearing a Louis Vuitton belt. We got to stop, bro. We got to stop. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Malcolm X. Niggas pick and choose when they want to be Huey P. Newton. Niggas be straight up there, up in a white club, looking for the girl with no rhythm. Yeah, her right there. She don't dance good enough. I think I get stopped, bro. Y'all got to stop, bro.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more big fight coverage.